All right, welcome everybody to the N Word for Nerd podcast. I'm your host, the corny one, Jason. We're sitting here today with, I guess, we got to admit, let's just go in and break it to you because I know you guys are looking at the screen or probably going to hear and be like, I thought he was fired. So, guys, we
apparently
have
there's
legal
a
stuff
higher
going
office.
on. Yeah, there's legal stuff going on that we can't talk about on the show. But until that's resolved, welcome back, Jaron. Welcome back to the show. How's it going, Jaron?
Until further notice, I will be your affirmative action hire for the foreseeable future. Glad to be here, and glad that we're not allowed to talk about the details surrounding that.
You know, it'd be so funny if we get a guest in the show that's another white dude and Jaren's sick or something, and we just put Jaren.
Just call him Jaren.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just type Jaren into the thing on the bottom.
I would not. I would think it'd be funny.
I did not know discrimination suits work the other way. When there's only one white guy, we fire him. That doesn't look good on paper. So anyway, our other host, as always, we have the Duke of all nerds, Jason number A. What's going on, Jason? How's it going?
Hi from beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, home of jean shorts, methamphetamines, and fighting family members.
Bath salts.
Bath salts.
Oh man, have you seen Florida Man?
Yes, every day I've been here.
All right, well, guys, as always, before we jump into the great product that we have for you today, we are going to talk about top 3 sci-fi Star Wars. That is not Star Wars and not Star Trek. We're also going to talk about Dune, because I know everybody's been talking about that and have seen it. Also, we're going to talk about Injustice. They came out with a DC animated universe movie for the Injustice series. And then we're going to finish up our reviews with Ron Gone Wrong. And then we're going to have a nice little fun culture talk about what makes us mad in the culture. But before you hear all this great stuff or any of these segments, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on Head Canon Circus on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. And like Jaron always likes to remind me, that's why I'm so glad to have him back on the show. Make sure you hit the bell to be notified when we bring that heat to you, like every single week. Yeah. All right, guys. I think you guys had something to get out. Let me let you get it off your chest before we first start the first segment. Anything you
every
guys
time you
say?
say Apple Podcast, I think you're saying apple pie, and I'm like, I could go for some apple pie.
You know, I actually watched the American Pie the other day, the first one, and I was like, man, this movie was so much funnier when I thought I could put my penis in a pie and it would work. So
when I was
after that
13 years old, I asked my brother Maurice if it did feel like a warm apple pie. And he was like,
and what did he say?
Yeah. I guess it does.
Seems like what Reese would say. I have a few comments that we are going to read right now. So,
who's our victims today?
So last week we did read a comment about Midnight Mass, where we talked about, white people shit and rat poisoning. And we responded to that. Well, someone else responded to those responses.
They responded to our responses?
Yes. Camo Yeem. I'm going to say that's the name. Again, don't get mad that I can't pronounce your name or something correctly. All I do is read for a living. So his response was, dude, no way. This is new information to me. Wow. So scary that the reality is actually worse than the fantasy. Referring to that he didn't know that the Jonestown congregation was 70% black or majority black. And that's what died. Because again, most people think they were white because it's some white people shit. Anyway, going on.
They just assume they're all white. Like, no, they
right.
So Jim Jones definitely was a white guy. Fuck that dude.
Right. We had one about Halloween Kills. So his name is Dixon D. I don't know what the D stands for, but shout out to him. He goes, there you go, Dixon Dix. He goes, this is about Halloween Kills. I give it more than a 2, but I agree with you. It didn't make sense and the story was bad. People who saying that they liked it are focusing on the kills. I'm hoping for a much improved third movie. I think he just kind of summed up both of our ideology, like how Jason feels like it sucked, and I agree too that it just had a bunch of holes, but I did like it because of the kills. So
kills are fun.
Yes.
Isn't the next one called like the final Halloween or something?
It's Halloween Ends.
The Halloween Ends. Yeah, okay. So they're trying to wrap it up like a trilogy. Put a bow on
or a condom.
Yeah. So this one
like
here,
Dixon D.
Dixon Dix. Sorry,
Dixon D.
I'm sorry. So to the poor young person whose name is
We
Dixon.
love you, Dixon. You're great.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's where my mind goes.
We love you, Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you got to say pause after that, maybe. All right, so the last one we got is this is somebody commented on Midnight Mass. Actually, it's Cameo Me Yomi, the one that just had the previous comment. I guess they listened to our Midnight Mass conversation, and he puts the timestamp on there. So at 9:24,
Damn, he's coming with notes.
that's a yes. I looked it up too, and I'll tell you what. When you hear the comments, you'll probably figure it out. But I looked it up and found out what exactly happened at 9:24, because 9:24, that's a very valid point. Folks were scared of angels in the Bible time, and again, still nowhere in the Bible do angels suck blood, and even more crazy, nowhere in the Bible do they actually state angels even have wings. Great discussion, guys. So 9:24 was when I was saying we're fruiting, when you guys were like, it's a vampire. How do you not know it's a vampire? And I was like, well, because it's an angel. And they said, hey, you know, angels, blah, 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 blah. So, but and then even the point of them even saying every time that they showed him, he made a comment about how in the Bible, everybody was fearful of angels. Yeah. Now, if we talk about the angels that are drawn on glass, that are blonde hair, blue eyes with wings, no one's going to be afraid of that. So you got to make the assumption by just to push a logic that something about angels looked weird to what human beings perceived it to be. And that's why in the Bible, they all were afraid of it. Which bring in vampire, homie. That is something that if I saw walking down the street, I would be freaked out about. So when you tell me that, hey, this is what a real angel looks like, and that's why everybody in the Bible was freaked out, I'm going to be like, that makes sense, because, you know, that dude looked like a vampire. So he's like, oh, that's a good point. You never thought about that. But he still sides with you guys and go, man, this motherfucker's drinking blood. Like, point do you be like,
shit.
You might have thought at first, like, oh, that thing has wings. It must be an angel. But then when it starts sucking, like no, that's a motherfucking vampire.
Right. They even did the halo effect when you first saw it. Like, you saw, like, kind of a halo thing. Oh, yeah. They were definitely trying to sell it as an angel, but really.
Like, oh, he's biting me. Okay, he's that's a vampire.
That's not something.
Right.
They didn't get down on the nibbles.
So yes, that is our comments for last week. Again, guys, we appreciate it as always. Please remember to comment and speak to us about whatever you think, or if you want something that you want us to review. Maybe you have something you're like, man, I want to hear their take on this movie or this show or whatever. Let us know. Put it in there. We'll try to prioritize it. And we'll even invite you on it if you want to talk about the show or movie yourself with us and chop it about how we felt about it. But yeah, guys, just keep
nostalgia. We'll go for an old something too.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, such a great movie.
Oh, congratulations, Jason, on 2,000 subscribers.
I know. Well, congratulations to me, to all of us. That's
it's mostly our show.
It's mostly
a hip hop show.
It is, because we are focused primarily on this show now. I've kind of eliminated all other shows, and we're just working on the
wrestling show. Definitely, who watches wrestling anyway? Like,
tons of people, because it was the highest rated thing on this.
I'm kidding, Jason. Jeez,
but
I don't want to.
With that being said, if you want to see the rest of the show come back, you let us know. I love to review some wrestling.
Some wrestling.
With all that, right? Yeah, wrestling. With all that being said, again, thank you guys. Remember to comment, and I guess let's go on to the home stretch. So, thank you guys again for listening and watching the N-Word for Nerd podcast. It's a pleasure bringing this show to you all. Thank you again. We made it up 2,000 subscribers, and also thank you for people who commented. If you do, or if you can, we really, really would like to go even higher than 2,000. And how you can do that? If you like, share, and subscribe our content on YouTube, Facebook. If you're listening to us on the audio version, you could definitely tell somebody, hey, I got a dope podcast you should listen to, and tell some friends on that, because we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, not Apple Pie, but Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM under Head Cannon Circus. So, guys, thank you so much, as well as Jaron. I mean, I always got to remember, because every time I think of this, I think of you, because you're such a lovely human being. Always remember to hit the notification bell on YouTube so you can be notified when we do post new material. And as always, Jaron, any final thoughts?
No, you got it all. Hitting that bell makes a sacrifice to the algorithm gods, and we'll show up in more screens and more places so other people can just happen upon us. So do us that solid. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jason, any final words?
Also, subscribing is free. No matter where you go, subscribing is free. It doesn't
Hmm.
cost you anything to subscribe to us. So even if you don't listen to us, subscribe.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Be kind. Tip your bartenders 20%.
And thank you all for listening. We will see you all next time, and peace. Thank you guys again for listening and watching the N-Word for Nerd podcast. It's a pleasure bringing this show to you all. Thank you again. We made it up to 2,000 subscribers, and also thank you for people who commented. If you do, or if you can, we really, really would like to go even higher than 2,000. And how you can do that? If you like, share, and subscribe our content on YouTube, Facebook. If you're listening to us on the audio version, you could definitely tell somebody, hey, I got a dope podcast you should listen to, and tell some friends on that, because we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, not Apple Pie, but Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM under Head Cannon Circus. So, guys, thank you so much, as well as Jaron. I mean, I always got to remember, because you just, every time I think of this, I think of you, because you're such a lovely human being. Always remember to hit the notification bell on YouTube so you can be notified when we do post new material. And as always, Jaron, any final thoughts?
No, you got it all. Hitting that bell makes a sacrifice to the algorithm gods, and we'll show up in more screens and more places so other people can just happen upon us. So do us that solid. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jason, any final words?
Also, subscribing is free. No matter where you go, subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to us. So even if you don't listen to us, subscribe.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Be kind. Tip your bartenders 20%.
And thank you all for listening. We will see you all next time, and peace.